You believed you could make a change. Most people don't believe that. That's the thing that perplexes me here.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, and you were right. You said that when I was 10, I was a victim of racism. Okay, so now you have a choice. Yes, you can be victimized. I was victimized, but when somebody is victimized, they have a choice. They can remain a victim, or they can do something about it. I chose to do something about it. Simple as that.
and you chose to do something about it, but you
So I'm no longer a victim.
sure,
And people, I experience racism, but
right.
I don't allow it to victimize me.
So, and how did you come to the realization that you must ground this in good faith, in helpfulness, in friendship? Like, where did that come from? Where did you get that idea? Because I think this is as revolutionary as Elon Musk, what he's doing with SpaceX. I'm serious. And look, I
Okay.
just,
Well,
where
here's
did
the
it come
thing.
from?
Okay. You've heard it, even though you're like half my age or a little more than half my age, but you heard it when you were a kid. We all did. A tiger does not change its stripes. A leopard does not change its spots. It is what it is, right? So why would we think that a supremacist or a Klansman or a neo-Nazi or whatever would change their swastika or change their robe and hood or change their ideology? That's who they are. All right. Well, that's half right and half wrong. The half right part is yes, a tiger cannot change its stripes and a leopard cannot change its spots. They were born with those stripes and spots. That's who they are. Okay? A Klansman, a neo Nazi, is not born with that robe and hood or that swastika. That is a learned behavior. What can be learned can be unlearned. Okay? I saw white people all over the world. In Europe, I lived in Europe. I visited many countries in Europe. When I was in Africa, I lived in Africa for a while. There were white people over there who, my fellow Americans, or people from other embassies, French embassy, German embassy, Swedish, etc. They didn't behave the way some of my white peers behaved over here. So it didn't have anything to do with the color of their skin. It had more to do with their attitude. An attitude is something that you acquire, and it changes over time, and it can be influenced and impacted. So and here's a mistake that a lot of people make because they just make an assumption. I never got into this to convert anybody. All I wanted was the answer to my question. Listen, just tell me, please. All you see is this. You don't even know me, the color of my skin. Just tell me. How can you hate me? You don't even know me. You just met me 2 minutes ago. And then once I get my answer, goodbye, thank you. We never have to see each other again. But something happened. When I would talk with these people one on one, yes, I heard a lot of hateful things, a lot of offensive things, but I also found some things in common. I found plenty of things in common because you start out this far apart and you talk with your worst adversary for 5 minutes. You're going to find something in common, and that gap closes a little bit, right? You talk a little bit more, it closes some more because you found more in common. When you get here, you are having a relationship with the person that hates you and that you have no
Yes,
respect for.
yes,
You keep on talking, it gets even closer. When you get here, you're having a friendship. You may not agree on everything, but when you get here, you have found so much in common that the trivial things you have in contrast, such as whether you go to like skin color or whether you go to a church, a synagogue, a mosque, or a temple, begin to matter less and less. And then that person thinks, I don't know why I hated that person. He's really no different than I am.
so
And when the first
yeah,
person changed, it to me it was like a fluke. Like, whoa, what happened here, right? And it wasn't overnight; it was over time. But then it happened again and again and again, and I kept thinking, you know what? I need to keep doing this because I'm on to something. So I got to keep doing this. A missed opportunity for conversation is a missed opportunity for reconciliation,
right.
and so it began happening, and that's why I'm still doing it today.
Man, this is what you're talking about, and I do credit you often with someone who, when I was in university, when I first started going to university, I found your work and what you've done and what you continue to do, and I was trying to talk to people because I was surrounded by a lot of cancel cultists, the people who are just basically like, okay, if you come across someone with a really bad idea, throw them in the closet, get rid of them, and I always thought, well, if you throw them in the closet, these people are going to have kids. They're gonna find other people who are thrown in the closet, and these bad ideas are just going to fester. It's like it just, this made sense to me, and I found your work and I was like, this guy fucking gets it, and he's actually doing the thing, that I want to do. I want to be able to put my arm around those that you may disagree with, in a friendly manner, and engage in good faith in a genuine way, and in a helpful manner. And one thing, I ground my moral quest in maximizing well-being for myself and those around me. And and this includes people who have ideas that I disagree with. So I just think that this is all really good stuff. And my community is based on these principles of, that, everyone's welcome regardless of what your ideas are, because the way I see it, people's ideas change like the wind, and it doesn't matter how dogmatically committed to them they seem. Like, I've seen people who were dogmatic Christians, a month later, when it couldn't possibly be the case that their belief was wrong, a month later they come back and they're like, you know what, I've deconverted. And it's just, I see this happen all the time. It's not like,
I do too.
Yeah. And you went into
you made a point.
Yeah.
You probably didn't even realize, but you made a point, and you defined the way that we should be. And this is not the way these counterculturists or countercultists behave. You said, okay, they want to, throw them in a closet and get rid of them because it's a bad idea. Okay, but see, that is the short-term solution. Just remove them from the space.
Yeah.
But you are looking at the long-time result, which is, they're going to all be in the closet together, and they're going to produce kids, and they're going to be the same way. It's just going to perpetuate the situation. So you're seeing the long-term vision, and the counter people are just seeing the temporary, quick solution. So this is why, we need to extend their range of vision. Say, okay, fine, throw them in the closet, but then what? You're not thinking beyond today. What about tomorrow and next year and 10 years down the road?
Yep. And we need more big picture thinking with regards to our problems in society. Enough of this Band-Aid over whatever approach. It harms our children, because our children are the ones that have to fucking deal with it when it inevitably boils over. So, yeah, man, this is the good stuff.